Let's see. This is the third iteration of my TikToks. I've gone online and offline. I think it's just, I'm a really private person, and I like to help people on the planet. And I really love to help people. The problem is, it always causes me trouble whenever I share my spiritual information online. It brings up a lot of weird darkness in the people around me. So I've learned to fly under the radar and to not share my personal stuff. And it's been hard. You know, it's really hard being somebody who absolutely loves humanity. I love people so much. I want to help them. I really do. But humans also have a really dark and nasty side to them. And I was talking to a friend today about my dreams and how like the world isn't ready for what I have. And I know it's not ready yet. And that the majority of people literally eat children. And I'm going to talk about this today because I think it's important that we all need to see the part of our egos and a part of this patriarchal matrix that we're in, how we eat children, and we even eat our own inner child. So I wanted to give you some series of videos, and this might be a little challenging for you to hear, but you will understand that the reason why we have religion and why we have magical systems and dark lodges and magical initiatory schools that literally imprison people's minds instead of liberate them, and why we have so many psychopaths and sociopaths in this world is because we eat children. And we eat children in so many different metaphorical ways. We are all Saturn eating our own fucking inner child all the time. And a lot of people don't realize it. They compromise little bit by little bit. But I will tell you, number one, if you go through the little Rolodex and file safe of your past, and you look at yourself and remember every person that you came across who was either hopelessly in love, incredibly happy and vulnerable, and incredibly quote unquote silly, and in your mind you made fun of them, in that moment you consumed your inner child. Every time you make fun of somebody for being happy and joyful and creative, you are consuming a piece of your inner child. You are eating your own inner child. And when you do that, your own inner child retreats deeper and deeper into your unconscious layers of your mind, and you are unable to actually have fully sovereign and intimate relationships with anybody around you, especially yourself. And what that also happens is when you are around other people who love you, who give you unconditional love and regard and want to help you, you take them for granted. You take their love and you give them disdain and grandiosity. You look down on them for loving you. You look down on them for being innocent. You berate them for quote unquote not having boundaries. You victim blame them. You treat them as if they are lesser than, weaker, not realizing that you're actually the one who is lesser than. You're the weaker person because you can't stand in the light of unconditional love and be grateful for it. You can't give love for love. You can only give disdain and grandiosity for love. And I would say that 99% of humanity have this problem. Now, how does this relate to religions and initiatory schools? So, in order for somebody to actually learn magic, and I'm not talking parlor tricks, I am talking real, absolute magic to change the fabric of reality, to manifest one's desires and wishes, to connect to higher realms, to travel to other dimensions and universes. In order for somebody to do that, they need a safe place for their inner child to come out and heal, and they need a safe place for them to understand their language, their own individual language that they have with the energetic universe around them. Everybody's magic is different. Everybody has different rituals and language. We are all a little tiny interface with the universe, but we exist as a collective, right? We can glean ideas from other people, but what magic spell works for one person will not work the same for another. It's law of correspondence. Okay, people? Like it won't work. So if you go into initiatory school and you train under a magician, you train under somebody who you absolutely adore and look up to, you are not going to learn your magic. You are going to learn their magic. And what happens when you learn somebody else's magic? They hold all the power, and you are a vessel to be fed upon, and you become the fed child. And then what happens is, if you survive energetically and figuratively, you end up becoming the same vampiric priest that your teacher was, and so on and so forth. So if you look back to every Abrahamic religion, they all stem from who? Mr. Abraham. Who was Abraham? He was a mage. He was trained just like Zoroaster. And we also know Muhammad was a priest as well. He was a mage. He wore carnelian on his right pointer finger. That is a sign of Sumerian magic. That is in the old texts of Sumerian magic to wear carnelian. Mages wear carnelian on their pointer finger. Jesus, we know, was probably initiated in Egypt. Who knows? Maybe even Buddha was. Literally, every organized religion is started by a mage. And so what has happened is they create a system of spells and rituals to connect with the energetic universe. But you are not doing your spells. You are doing some older dude's spells. So even from the grave, the beings that started that church become an egregore, and it feeds off of you. You are a food bag to an egregore of the religious organization. And then what does that happen to you? You look for other children and to feed off, including your own inner child. It creates, as Smashing Pumpkins says, the world as a vampire. The world is a vampire. So how do we change this? Well, first we have to find our own inner child, and we have to heal. We have to allow safe space for our inner child, and we have to enter the Thunderdome of this friggin' planet to keep our inner child safe from the predatory instincts of everybody around us, which is 99% of the population. And that is really, really hard. So for those of you out there who are doing good work, may these words enliven and enrich you, also give you some hope. You're not alone. There's some of us older souls out there we're really desperately trying hard to heal.